Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning back into my channel. I'm Nakia, and welcome to Nursing Nakia. This video is going to be about my chemotherapy visit yesterday and let you know what all went on and how I'm feeling and so forth. So, guys, yesterday was my very first chemo visit. This is 1 out of 6. So, everything went well. The check-in process went smooth. I think they were a little short-handed because my chemo was supposed to begin at 4, but it didn't really start to maybe like after, well, a little before 5, which is okay. I mean, as long as everybody was fine and, they got everybody in and out safely, so that's all that matters. But I was so thankful because, I really didn't wait to the last minute to find someone to go with me because my doctor told me whenever I go, plan to have someone to come with me because of all the medication that they have to give me. You never know how you're going to feel once you start and once you end it. So it's just a safety precaution. So one of my great friends here at home, she's also my hairstylist. So she went with me, and I was so thankful and so grateful that she was, took time out of her busy day to come and, be with me. So, like I said, yesterday was February 5th, and I had to be at the hospital by 1:15 yesterday because every time you go, the very first thing they're going to have to do is draw labs. And everything now, guys, is through my hand, but the actual IV is on my arm. And guys, if you have never had labs drawn on your hand, whew, it can be painful, but probably, now I'm building up a tolerance to it, so I know what to expect. So she, warmed my hand with the little hand warmers, and I have good veins. Even if I don't drink a lot of water, you still can get a good blood draw. So I'm thankful for that. So she did that. And after that, I had to do a pregnancy test because that's your standard protocol each time you do chemo. They're going to draw labs and they're going to have you do a pregnancy test. Everything came back fine. But the main thing with the lab draws is when they're drawing the labs, they're mainly looking at your white blood cell count because it was a little elevated, but she said that's fine due to the medicines that I was already taking before I actually started chemo. So that was fine. So I'm just glad everything looked well. All right, once that ended, my next visit, and mind you, it's like 3 different visits in one day. So that's why they tell you to prepare to be there for at least 3 to 4 hours. But anyway, the next visit after that, I had to go up to the second floor because we were on the bottom floor. So when I went to the second floor, I had to go upstairs, check in, and I had to meet with my oncologist nurse practitioner. So she came in and she was just explaining everything that was going to happen today, which was very helpful because, your first time ever getting chemotherapy, your mind is everywhere, your nerves were everywhere. But this lady was great. I have met her before, and, we've sent several messages through my chart. So, we already had a sense of one another. Excuse me. Let me give me a sip of water. So, got up there, she got in the room, she was explaining everything that was going to happen today. And then she gave me tons of paperwork. The first thing she gave me, and it's nothing important on here, it's just my name, but the thing that really stood out was that, they had everything, mapped out for me for all of my 6 injections and what medicines to take, on those particular days. And it also has a nurse triage line just in case I have any issues after chemo once I get home. So very helpful things. The main medicines that I take prior or the day before chemo is my dexamethasone. And I did mention this in the last video. That is a steroid. So no, I take that back because that was a mistake yesterday. She asked me, did I take my dexamethasone? And I was like, yes, because that's what I was told. I was supposed to take one at 8 o'clock in the morning and at 5 o'clock in the evening. And that was actually on my medicine bottle as well. So she did tell me, she said the day before chemo, don't take dexamethasone because you're already going to get a dose once you start chemo. So I was like, okay, which is fine. All right, the next medication that they gave me were the two anti-nausea medications, and that was Zofran and it was Compazine. So I really haven't touched the Compazine because that is the breakthrough nausea medicine. You know, when the Zofran isn't working and I'm still feeling nauseous, which luckily I have not been feeling nauseous, except, you know, coming home last night, and I don't know if it was because of the drive home, but I just kept feeling like I had to keep clearing my throat. I was like, oh Lord, I said, here we go. I said, so I was smart and I had packed all my medicine in my bag that I take with me to chemo. So I went on ahead and popped one Zofran, and it instantly went away within 10 minutes. So Zofran is awesome. So dexamethasone is a steroid that I take the day after chemo and the day after that. So it's 2 days of that. And then the anti-nausea medications. So far, those are the only 3 medicines that I take, you know, in a cycle. And they do want me to start taking Claritin, which I'm a Zyrtec lady, but it's okay. I got to follow my doctor's orders. So, and I had to get the 24-hour Claritin. So I only had, you know, the ones where you take, every 4 hours. So I did take that today, and that helps as I'm progressing through this chemo as well. So guys, there's a lot of information. It's few medications that I gotta keep in my mind that I gotta take. You know, it is not an everyday process that I have to take these meds. According to this schedule, I take the steroid and my Claritin. Yeah, just till Saturday. Okay. And then, of course, if I feel any nausea or upset stomach or anything like that, that's when the Zofran comes in. And so that's pretty much, you know, as far as the medications. She did break down some do's and don'ts. I'll start with the do's. The do's is, depending on how I'm feeling, is to stay active. I do have a gym membership. I haven't been to the gym in a while, but, you know, with everything that's going on in my breast, I will begin that. And wherever I go, the main thing is to wear my mask. Have my sanitizer on me just in case I touch something, you know. I think I'm already a germaphobe. So keep that handy. But the main thing is just frequent hand washing, which, you know, I'm used to that anyway. Because as soon as I go outside and I come back in, I'm going to the sink and I'm washing my hands. So that's the main thing, you know. Frequent hand washing is the #1 way to kill germs. So, yeah, get back in the gym. It's light work, nothing strenuous because, you know, even though I did have the oophorectomy, you know, I still technically have 2 more weeks of healing, which I think I'm doing fine. You know, nothing's hurting there. And I did have my post-op on Monday and I got a clean bill of health. So that's perfect. But still, I have to take it easy. I can't lift anything more than 10, 15 pounds, you know, and just, you know, slow it down. Yes, wearing my mask, frequent hand washing, sanitizer if I can't get to the sink or anything like that. Yeah, those are mainly the do's, which I already had by being a nurse. I already knew what I had to do. Now the don'ts. You know, as you see, I love my water. As far as the don'ts for water, they did tell me about sometimes with the 2 main medications that goes into my chemo, Stanley cup, any kind of cup that's lined with the metal interior, it may change your sense of taste. But thankfully, I have not experienced that yet. You know, this is still day 1 after chemo, but I'm still able to drink out of my Stanley. And guys, I have a lot of Stanley cups, so as you see, I love this one because this one has my name on it, and of course it's pink. But as far as water, you know, I can drink plain water. They really don't want me to put like anything that has vitamin B, C, or D in it. And so I think those main ones that she mentioned were like those energy drinks. Which I don't drink those anyway. The emergency, the things that the packets they put in their water to help your body fight off infections and stuff like that. Because when you start chemo, it lowers your immune system. But thank God, I'm not feeling, out of whack. So, and the main energy drink that they do not like is the Body Armor. So, stay away from those, Red Bulls, Monsters, stuff like that, which I had been stopped drinking those. What was the other one she said? Oh, the liquid IV. They don't want me putting that in my water either because it can, she said it can throw off something. So I don't want anything to interfere with when I get my chemo every 3 weeks. So for right now, if I'm not just drinking plain water, I will have my lemon, my cucumber, and my mint leaves in it because sometimes you just want to have a different taste in your water. And as far as all of my water packets that I do have, I need to check on those because just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to be drinking plain water or with my cucumber, lemon, and mint leaves in it. So that's something else that I have to take into consideration. But I am still losing weight. It's not drastically, but as of now, with the surgery that I had and weighing now, I've lost a total of 9 pounds. So they don't want me to lose weight very drastically. For me personally, I don't want to lose weight drastically because I don't want to look like I'm sick. I'm not claiming sickness or anything like that, but when you have the C, or if someone is on drugs or something like that, or drinks a lot, their physical appearance is the first thing to just deteriorate. So I don't want to get like that. So that's the main reason why I do want to get back into this gym, just continue to eat healthy, eat clean, and everything else will fall in place. So if you hear Corey in the background, he's back there playing his game. He's so loud. So the other helpful handouts that they did give me was explaining the main 2 medicines that I do, that is included in the IV infusion. The first one is docetaxel, and that is the medication that runs for an hour. So first off, when I get there, I take oral medication, and that is mainly the dexamethasone, and I think they give me 2 of those, and then they give me the anti-nausea medication because it was like 5 pills in my little cup. So I did that first, and after I took those, she waited 30 minutes. Then she started with the docetaxel, and I'll put the name of the medications on the screen. So the docetaxel runs for a complete hour. So first she flushes my IV line. Then after that flushes, and it feels so good and cool when it goes in. And if you feel anything other than coolness, then you know something's wrong, but it's just a flush. So once this flushes through or cleans your IV line, she inserts the docetaxel. So that runs for an hour, and it was a cool hour. But she did tell me that I could experience, some of the same symptoms that some of my patients experience in my office. Anaphylaxis, you feel like your throat is closing up, anything airway obstruction. And when it did start, I was like, whoa, because it felt like it was something right here. But what I had to do is breathe in, blow it out. I had to do that like 3 times. Once I did that, it went away. So maybe it just had to just whoosh, through my system. But after that, I didn't have that issue again. Okay. Once this hour was over, of course, the machine beeps to let you know that the medicine is complete. She had to flush out the line again. And then she waited a few minutes. And then she started with the, oh gosh, God, what's that word? And I just looked it up. But anyway, the brand name is cyclophosphamide. And I think it's Cytoxin. if I'm not mistaken. And like I said, I'll have everything in on screen. But this medication only runs for 30 minutes. So I was like, yes, after this, it'll be almost time to leave. So with this medication, it runs 30 minutes. So it was much faster. So, and with this one, she said some patients experience the wasabi, like the nose run, but I didn't experience that. I didn't have any issues with this medication, thank God. So once it completed and she came and flushed out the line again, she asked me, how was I feeling? I said, I feel fine. Excuse me. And I didn't have that, the runny nose feeling. So thankfully, guys, I was just blessed and fortunate for yesterday. I had a great care team around me, so everything went perfectly. And so I'm just ready for my day 2 chemo, which will be on the 26th of this month because my treatments are every 3 weeks apart. So once those 3 medications were administered and everything, I had to get something called the On Body, which is the generic brand of Neulasta. And that is, make sure nothing important is on here. This is what it looks like, guys. I hope you guys can see. And as you see, it tells me to take this off at 10:30. This is a little gadget that's on my arm right here, and I will show that. This is a gadget that This is a cool gadget that monitors my white blood cell count. Because anytime you do your chemo treatments, we have to monitor the white blood cells. And as you can see, this little green light that's flashing, that's a plus. You want to see that. Anytime it flashes red, you know something is wrong. And I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it says full. And at 10:30, I'm going to hear some beeping noises. And once that beeping noise comes on, the needle that's in this little gadget will retract back into this. And then I can just peel this off and take it off at 10:30. So I am so ready. I am so ready for 10:30, which I slept. Let me be honest, I really didn't sleep that well last night, and that's because of the dexamethasone. The nurse did tell me that it gives you insomnia, while you're taking it in those amount of days. But guys, excuse me, my silly self, I love ice cream. My silly self made a bowl of ice cream last night. And whenever I have vanilla ice cream, that's my favorite, but this one was, it had pecans in it. And I love pecans. And I love putting Lay's plain chips into my ice cream. So, and mind you, I had a metal spoon, but I was just testing it out. So that way I know what I can and can't do. So I took maybe 3 or 4 spoonfuls of that. Why? Why did I do that? So guys, I told my husband, I said, I can't eat it. He was like, wow. He said, really? I said, yeah. Now, if I hadn't put the chips in it, he probably would have finished it off. But he doesn't like chips in his ice cream like I do. But yeah. So that's probably the only thing that I have noticed a change with, and that's the ice cream. So maybe because it was so sweet, I'm not sure. Maybe it was the chips. I don't know. But yeah, I can't do that. But I'm thinking it was the metal spoon. I'm not sure. So we're going to back off the ice cream for right now. I'm pretty sure Terrence will finish it off because Corey's not a big ice cream eater. But it's okay. And from here on out, any foods, any beverages that I consume on a daily basis, that's what I will write in my planner to give a good report when I do go back for my follow-up visit next Wednesday. And this will be the only follow-up visit that I have after chemo. She only needs one, just to see how everything went and, how I felt during and afterwards. So that is basically it, guys. This video is almost 20 minutes. But I really did want to come on here and let you know, what happened yesterday. And thank God everything went well. I was pleased. I was satisfied. So, guys, this was this is a big experience for anyone to take in. So I think I'm going to end this video here, and I will be seeing you again before the week is out, guys, because I do want to continue to put out some great content for you. So until then, be blessed and be safe.